Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets.
You got it.
Today, we're diving deep into the future of tech,
Oh, yeah.
where the big money is going,
The big bucks.
and what it means for you.
Absolutely.
We've got a mix of market forecasts,
Uh-huh.
tech analysis,
Yep.
and even some national security insights.
Oh, juicy stuff.
Get ready for some surprising facts.
Oh, sure.
And maybe even a little, wait, should I be worried about this feeling?
Yeah.
But don't worry.
Don't worry.
We'll make sense of it all.
We'll break it down.
Yeah.
So what's fascinating is the sheer scale of growth we're seeing.
Yeah.
Over $1 trillion is expected to flow into the tech sector by 2028.
Whoa.
That's more than the entire GDP of many countries.
That's a mind-blowing amount of money.
Yeah.
So where's all this cash going?
Right.
Is it all about the latest and greatest gadgets?
Well, consumer tech is definitely a factor. What's really interesting is that business-to-business tech,
Okay.
think cloud computing and AI tools for companies,
Gotcha.
is growing even faster.
Mm-hmm.
This shift to B2B means businesses are investing heavily in tech
Right.
to improve efficiency. You'll likely see this reflected in your workplace as well,
Yeah.
with new tools and systems being adopted.
So it's not just about us getting shiny new toys.
Right.
It's about companies using tech to get leaner,
Uh-huh.
meaner,
Yeah.
and more profitable.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Oh,
But what about AI?
okay.
It seems like everyone's talking about it.
It's the buzzword.
But is it actually making that much money?
AI is still in its early stages of monetization.
Okay.
It's not necessarily generating huge revenues directly, but it's making a massive impact behind the scenes. Think of it like this.
Okay.
AI is the secret ingredient that's making a lot of existing things better.
Got it.
It's helping companies automate those tedious tasks, analyze mountains of data. Right.
And make smarter predictions. It's like having a superpowered assistant working in the background.
Okay, so AI is less about creating flashy new products and more about quietly optimizing everything. It's kind of like a digital efficiency guru.
Exactly.
Right.
But there's this interesting tension
Okay.
between the potential of AI
Yeah.
and the challenges of actually using it.
Okay.
CEOs are understandably excited about the possibilities,
Right.
but implementing AI in a company can be as frustrating as trying to get your smart speaker to understand what you're saying.
Oh, I feel that.
It's expensive, complex, and requires a certain level of technical expertise.
My smart home still doesn't quite work the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Speaking of big players, let's talk about the Magnificent Seven.
Okay.
Those tech giants that seem to be everywhere.
Right.
Are they still ruling the tech world?
The Magnificent Seven,
Yeah.
Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Tesla, and NVIDIA.
Had an incredible first half of 2023.
Wow.
But even giants can experience a slowdown
Right.
while they're still growing.
Uh-huh.
The pace has cooled a bit. It's kind of like a rocket launch.
Okay.
That initial burst of speed is incredible,
Yeah,
but eventually things settle into a more sustainable trajectory.
that makes sense. But amidst all this talk of slowing growth,
Yeah.
there's one sector that seems to be defying gravity.
Oh,
The semiconductor companies.
interesting.
What's the deal with those chip makers?
Ah, the chip makers.
Yeah.
They're having a moment, especially those focused on AI.
Hmm.
And the real standout is NVIDIA.
Okay.
They're essentially the picks and shovels of the AI gold rush.
Gotcha.
Everyone needs their chips to power all these AI systems, so they're in high demand.
So NVIDIA is the company to watch,
Definitely one to keep an eye on.
the one quietly profiting from this whole AI frenzy.
Yeah, they're in a sweet spot.
But let's get back to AI and its impact on us regular folks.
Okay, sure.
Some people are worried AI is going to steal all the jobs, while others think it's the solution to all our problems.
Right. There's a lot of hype and fear out there.
What's the real story?
AI is really good at specific things.
Okay.
Automating repetitive tasks, crunching numbers, analyzing trends,
Right.
but it still struggles with uniquely human skills
Okay.
like creativity,
Got it.
empathy,
Yeah.
and adaptability. It's like AI can handle the logic,
Okay.
but it's missing that human spark.
So those uniquely human skills are still in high demand. That's good news for us.
Exactly. The key is to figure out how AI can make you better at your job.
Okay.
Think of it as a powerful tool that can help you work smarter,
Right, yeah.
not harder.
Yeah.
Those who embrace AI and learn to leverage its strengths will have a serious advantage.
So AI isn't the enemy.
Right.
It's a tool we can use to supercharge our work.
Yeah.
That's a much more optimistic take than the whole robots are taking over scenario.
Exactly. It's about collaboration, not domination.
But AI isn't just changing the way we work.
Mm-hmm.
It's also having a major impact on national security.
Oh, absolutely.
What's happening on that front?
The Biden administration is pushing hard to integrate AI into the military and intelligence world.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make sure the U.S. maintains a technological edge over rivals like China,
Okay.
who are also heavily investing in AI research and development.
So it's like a global AI arms race
You could say that.
with each country trying to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
But this brings up some interesting questions about the future of warfare
for sure.
and how AI will be used.
Definitely a lot to unpack there. It's a complex and evolving landscape with no easy answers. We'll dive deeper into this in the next part of our deep dive,
Okay.
where we'll explore the global chip race and the delicate balance between competition and collaboration in the tech world.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Byte-Sized Tech. We left off talking about this global AI arms race.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild to think about, right?
It is. It definitely raises a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest concerns for the U.S. is becoming overly reliant on other countries for these crucial chips,
Okay.
especially with the rising tensions with China.
So what's the U.S. doing to address this?
Well, one of the biggest moves is the GPS and Science Act.
The GPS Act?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pumping billions of dollars into boosting American chip manufacturing.
Interesting.
And it's not just about building more factories here in the U.S., though.
So it's more than just bringing jobs back to America.
Exactly. It's about securing America's future in tech.
Okay.
Imagine a world where the U.S. is leading the charge in developing groundbreaking new chips.
Yeah.
The kind that power everything from smartphones to AI to, yes, even military applications.
Right.
That's what this investment is aiming for.
That's a big goal.
It is.
But doesn't the U.S. still rely heavily on
Yeah.
that Taiwanese company we mentioned earlier, TSMC? Where do they fit into all of this?
TSMC is in a very unique position.
Okay.
They're the world's leading foundry. Think of it like a high-tech factory that makes chips designed by other companies.
Oh, okay.
Even those American giants like Apple and NVIDIA
Right.
rely on them for some of their most advanced chips.
So it's a bit of a balancing act, right?
It is.
The U.S. wants to be more self-reliant,
Uh-huh.
but they still need TSMC's expertise.
It's a delicate situation.
Yeah.
You know, the U.S. wants to avoid potential supply chain disruptions,
Right.
especially in a time of geopolitical uncertainty.
Makes sense.
But they also recognize that TSMC is a key player in the global tech ecosystem. It's a complex dance of competition and cooperation.
It sounds like the future of tech is intertwined with global politics in a big way.
It is.
And speaking of global politics,
Yeah.
what about China's role in all of this?
Right.
They're a major tech power too, right?
Absolutely. China has its own ambitions to be a global leader in semiconductor technology, and they're investing heavily to achieve that goal. This adds another layer of complexity to the whole situation.
So it's not just a two-player game.
No.
What's the U.S. doing to address this competition with China?
Well, the U.S. is trying to restrict China's access to advanced chip technology through export controls and other measures. It's a delicate balancing act.
Right.
On one hand, they're trying to protect national security interests and maintain a technological edge. On the other hand, they realize that complete isolation isn't realistic in a globally interconnected tech world.
So it's like a high-stakes poker game.
Yeah.
With each side trying to outmaneuver the other.
It's a strategic game for sure.
It's mind-boggling to think how much power dynamics are being shaped by these tiny little chips.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
But amidst all this competition, is there any room for collaboration?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
Well, the U.S. and China have a complex relationship.
Yeah.
There are potential areas for cooperation, especially in fields like healthcare and environmental technology.
Gotcha.
The challenge is finding common ground while still navigating those competitive pressures.
It's like realizing that even in a fiercely competitive game, sometimes you need to team up to tackle problems that affect everyone.
Exactly.
It sounds like the future of tech depends on striking that balance between competition and cooperation.
I think that's a really good point.
But let's zoom out for a second.
Okay.
Is it all just about the U.S. and China?
Yeah.
Are there other players in this global semiconductor arena?
It's not just a two-country story.
Okay.
While the U.S. and China are the dominant forces, other countries are trying to carve out their niche in the semiconductor market. South Korea, for example, with companies like Samsung, is a major player in memory chips.
So it's a multifaceted game with multiple players.
It is.
And it sounds like understanding the semiconductor landscape is crucial for understanding where technology is headed. It's a complex web of companies, research institutions, and national governments all vying for a piece of the pie.
It's a dynamic and evolving landscape.
It's like a high-tech dance.
Yeah.
With everyone trying to find their rhythm in this fast-paced world.
It's a good analogy.
But before we get lost in all the geopolitical complexities, let's bring it back to the human element.
Okay, sounds good.
Let's explore the human side of the tech revolution in part 3 of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll discuss how AI is changing the way we work, the skills we need to thrive in this rapidly evolving landscape, and what it all means for you.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to Byte-Sized Tech. We've covered a lot of ground from AI's impact on businesses to the global chip race. That's shaping the future of technology. But now, let's bring it back down to earth and talk about what all this means for you.
Okay.
The human at the center of this tech revolution.
Right. It's easy to get caught up in the big picture stuff,
Yeah.
trillion-dollar industries.
Yeah. Geopolitical maneuvering, cutting-edge innovation.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, technology is all about how it impacts people's lives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about AI and the future of work. Is it really going to steal all our jobs?
Right.
And leave us with nothing to do but watch robots take over the world?
Well, the Hollywood version of AI, robots becoming self-aware and turning against humanity.
Right.
That's still firmly in the realm of science fiction.
Okay.
But AI is already changing the way we work in profound ways. And those changes are only going to accelerate in the coming years.
So the robots aren't coming for our jobs just yet?
Not yet.
That's a relief. But seriously, how is AI changing the workplace?
Think about all those tasks you do at work that are repetitive, data-heavy, or just plain boring.
Yeah.
AI is getting really good at handling those kinds of tasks.
So AI is like the ultimate intern taking care of all the grunt work no one else wants to do.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah. But it's more than just taking over menial tasks. AI can analyze huge amounts of data, identify trends, and make predictions much faster and more accurately than humans can.
So it's not just about replacing jobs, it's about augmenting human capabilities.
Oh, exactly.
It's like having a superpowered assistant by your side, helping you make better decisions and get more done.
That's a good way to put it, right.
And that's where the real opportunity lies. In learning how to leverage AI to your advantage.
So instead of fearing AI, we should be embracing it as a tool that can make us more productive, efficient, and ultimately more successful in our careers.
Think about it this way. AI can handle the data crunching and analysis, freeing you up to focus on the things that humans do best. Creative problem solving, critical thinking, and building relationships.
It's like AI takes care of the logic, leaving us humans to focus on the human stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
The key is to be adaptable and willing to learn new skills.
The jobs of the future will require a different set of skills than the jobs of the past.
So it's not about being replaced by AI. It's about evolving alongside it.
Exactly. The future belongs to those who can embrace change, learn new tools, and find ways to work in harmony with this powerful technology.
Well said. It sounds like the future of work is going to be a fascinating blend of human ingenuity and artificial intelligence.
It certainly will be a dynamic and evolving landscape, and that's what makes it so exciting.
I completely agree. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of tech.
Yeah, it's been fun.
We've covered a lot of ground, but one thing is clear. The future is full of possibilities.
It is.
And technology is going to play a huge role in shaping that future.
Absolutely. It's an incredible time to be alive, witnessing this technological revolution unfold, and it's up to all of us to ensure that technology is used to create a better world for everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.